All right, guys, so today we're going to learn about the volume of a cylinder. So first things we're going to do, talk about a cylinder. All right, so when we are talking about a cylinder, we have to talk about what shape is the base, right? Or base is. Well, think about what a cylinder looks like, right? It's like a can or a roll of toilet paper. Hopefully you have lots of that right now. So we've got two circles, right? Circles are the bases of our cylinder. So these two circles are the bases. They're never going to intersect. Well, how do we find the area of this base? Well, that's easy. The area of a circle is pi r squared, right? Where r is the radius. And then the height of our cylinder is going to be the distance between our two bases. So here's the height, right? If it was on its side, then this would be our height because it's the distance between the two bases, right? So we have a formula for volume, and it's area of the base, big B, right, times height. Well, today our area of the base doesn't change, so we're just going to say pi r squared times height. So make sure you write this down on your formula sheet, right? Volume of any cylinder is pi r squared times the height. All right, let's get started. So we have an example here. We're looking for the volume of this cylinder. So first off, we're going to find the area of the base. Again, it's a circle. So the area of our base is going to be pi r squared. And 3 is the radius because it goes from the center to the outside. So here's our r. So 3 squared is equal to 9. And we are going to leave it in terms of pi. So 9 pi centimeters squared for the area of our base. And then we're going to multiply that by the height, which is just 8, right? Because that's the distance between our base and our other base. So volume is going to be equal to 9 pi times height, which is 8. Right? And 9 times 8 is 72. And we're going to leave pi centimeters cubed. All right. Don't forget pi. It's the best part of Thanksgiving. All right. Let's take a look at another one. So the first thing we're going to do is find the area of the base. Here's one base, right? So we have a circle. This 7 goes from one top of the circle to the bottom of the circle, which means it's actually what? The diameter. So to find our radius, we need to cut this in half. So our radius is going to be 3.5 feet. And yes, it's a decimal, and yes, that's okay. So let's find the area of our base, which is pi r squared. So 3.5 squared is equal to 12.25 feet squared, which again, decimals are okay. So we have our area of our base. We need to multiply it by the height. The problem is that 25 is not the height. It's actually a diagonal going from one side to the other. So we need to find the height, but it's not too hard, right? This is the same circle over here. This is a right cylinder, which means I created a right triangle, and I have two legs, or I have a leg and I have a hypotenuse. So I can do 7 squared plus h squared equals 25 squared and solve for h, or we can recognize that this is a family and my height is going to be 24. So now I can multiply the area of my base, 12.25. Oops, Miss Callis left out pi. It's the best part. Pi times the height, which is 24. Giving us 295. Nope, 94. Sorry, lost my pen. 294 pi feet cubed. All right. Let's take a look at another one. So we have a cylinder with a radius. Oh, careful, this is the diameter. It goes from one side to the other. So then our radius is going to be 1 meter. So let's find the area of the base. Pi r squared equals 1 pi meter squared. And then we're going to find the height, which is 3. And we're going to multiply that. So area of the base, 1 pi, times value or height is equal to 3 pi meters cubed. And we're done. All right, couple more examples. Hopefully we're rolling. All right, so the volume of a cylinder we're trying to find, right? So again, volume is equal to pi r squared times height of a cylinder. Gives us DC, which is 6, so we have our height, right? And AD, which is this diagonal, which is 10. So the first thing we have to do is figure out what our diameter is, right? And we're going to do that because this is a right triangle. So we can do 6 squared plus diameter squared equals hypotenuse squared. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Or we could recognize this as a 3, 4, 5 family, because when we double 3, we get 6. When we double 5, we get 10. So when we double 4, we're going to get 8. And so now we have a diameter of 8. Well, the radius then is going to be 4. And we can go ahead and plug this into our formula. So pi r, which is 4, squared times our height, right? And 4 squared is 16. And 16 times 6 is going to give us 96 pi units cubed. All right. Okay, so now we're looking at an example where they give us the volume, and there's no pi in this answer, which means they put pi in the calculator. So we're going to break all the rules today and put pi in our calculator, but we'll move on. We'll talk about that. So we know volume is equal to pi r squared times the height. We were given the volume of 602.66. Pi, we don't have r, that's x squared, right? Times our height, which is 12. So we're going to try, we're going to get x squared by itself so that we can figure out what our radius is. So the first thing we need to do is divide. I'm going to divide by 12 and pi because I want to get rid of pi as well. And I'm going to divide by 12 and pi over here as well. Now this is where we have to find that pi key, although I know most of you have already found it. You're going to do 602.66 divided by 12 pi, right? And you get approximately 15.99 something. We're going to round that to 16 because it's just an easier number to work with. Leaves us with x squared. And then I'm going to take the square root of both sides to give me x by itself, which is going to be 4 centimeters. And that is our radius. All right. All right, go ahead and see if you can do this one on your own, and then we'll be done for today. So, volume of a right cylinder with a diameter of 8 and the height of 15. I'm going to draw a picture because I like to draw pictures. So I've got a height of 15. I have a diameter of 8, which means my radius is 4. So volume is equal to pi r squared times 15, which gives me 16 times 15, which is 240 pi feet cubed. And we're done. Have a great day. As always, email, Zoom if you have any questions. Take care, be safe, be well.